आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Purvasha Banerjee and Shushanto Das.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
Indian Statistical Institute is a public university which is recognized as an institute of national importance. It grew out of the statistical laboratory set up by Prashanto Chandra Mohananobish in Presidency College, Kolkata. Established in 1931, this unique institution of India is one of the oldest institutions focused on statistics. Primary activities of ISI are research and training of statistics, development of theoretical statistics, and its applications in various natural and social sciences. We welcome Dr. Tanoy Mukherjee, who is a faculty at the Department of Science and Technology at Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. He shares about his experience in the research field of human-wildlife coexistence.
I'm Dr. Tanoy Mukherjee. I'm working as a DST Inspired faculty in Indian Statistical Institute. And I'm also working with IUCN WCPA as a connectivity conservation specialist member. And my field of research is wildlife biology. And we are actually kind of researchers who are working in field and try to understand the different problems and their human associations with wildlife. We have around 1,000 protected areas, more than 1,000 protected areas in our country, which covers around 5% of the overall land mass of India. And but species tend to move out from these protected areas, and there are certain species which are getting adapted with human civilizations or anthropogenic different types of factors. So they're coming out and they're getting interactions, or they're getting different types of interaction. They're facing different types of interactions or scenarios with the neighbor humans in the anthropogenic landscape. So, and this is causing a situations, and it's not only hampering the animal world, or it's actually hampering the population of different animals, but it is also impacting the humans as a whole. So it is a two type of losses, both ways, or both the parties are getting losses or affecting losses in different terms. So I will be mainly speaking about the different types of strategies that we are working on to reduce this human-wildlife conflict, and to make a area where the humans and the animals can live in a coexistence manner. So we know that to deter animal, or to say, if you are a agricultural practitioner, you are, for example, doing agricultural practices or growing crops in some of the areas which is very prone to cattle depredation, or very much prone to crop type raiding. So there are two types of mainly conflict due to animals. or two types of effect on humans. One is crop raiding. Crop raiding means when some animals come to your agricultural lands and it raids on your crop. So for examples like elephants. Elephants come from the forested area and it's feed on your agricultural land. Macaques can also come. Wild boar is a big problem in India, where wild boar actually go into the agricultural field. And the second type of conflict, these two are major. The second type is the cattle depredation or human attacks. So in cattle depredation, what's happening? For example, you are a farmer and you have cows or sheep or goat, etc. So some carnivore is coming, which is depredating or catching your cattle. And sometimes in that hand, it's also impacting you and causing human losses or human injuries. So these two type of conflicts are a mainstream difference because crop raiding done by herbivores mainly, and the cattle depredation is done by the carnivores. So there are two type of strategies which can be built to reduce the conflict. What we are working on that India is to deter these animals and to restore a landscape of coexistence. There are multiple type of strategies has been implemented in India for various decades. One of the most popular strategy you may be heard about, solar fencing is there. Normal fencing is also there. People use physical barrier for elephant, that they create a canal type of thing which separates the agricultural lands from the outside forest. So all of this strategy are very costly and labor costly also. So, and apart from that, it is very hard to maintain, because if you have a bigger area or bigger agricultural land, so it is becoming very difficult for you to fence throughout your whole agricultural field. And this solar fencing, it's not fully safe for animals also, because there are incidences which published in various newspaper that elephants or other animals getting entangled with that barbed wire, which is protecting your agricultural land. And to compensate this kind of strategies, there are now new methods are coming or new strategies are coming. One of the strategies which is getting very much highlight is use of non-lethal deterrent. So a non-lethal deterrent is in a simple terms is a kind of a stimulus or kind of a machine which can generate a different kinds of multimodal stimulus which can deter animal. So, and in a very non-harming way. So it will not harm any animals, but just create a kind of response in the animal so that it will not enter that particular passage. So there are some examples of that and found to be very effective in some of the areas. In Himachal also, there are studied reports like use of fox lights. India is importing from Australia. It's an Australian company, Australian US based company. So they're importing from Australia. So it's creating a light effect, which is act as a deterrent for multiple leopard and animals. So what we are building a smart NLD, a smart non-lethal deterrent, which is a AI based tech. So there will be physical barrier from which when animal will enter, the laser barrier will break. And after that, there is a smart camera which will identify whether that is a conflict animal or not. If it is a conflict animal, then it will generate a response based on different light and sound, which can be act as a deterrent.
Sir talks about the global contemporaries in these areas of research.
So I would say that there are certain companies in US and in Australia also. So they are our main competitors. If I'm not taking the names, I can mention the countries. So US and Australia are some of the major competitors, and in India, we are growing in this area and we are creating a fully indigenous based technology, and so that we can reduce the import of this kind of technique.
Sir explains how his research interface can be translated effectively in application with the help of industry partners.
We are in the research interface. So as translational research is all about that, we have to bridge the research and the industry. So this is the main thing, and this particular project that I'm talking about is mainly we are actually associated with the West Bengal Forest Department, and also we have some industry partners, and it is led by Professor Joydev Chattopadhyay. It's our senior professor in ERU ISI. So me and Professor Chattopadhyay are working on this particular project together, and we have some industry partners. And it is very interesting that the industry partners are also getting very interested, because they are seeing that is a potential market is there, because government is providing subsidiaries or different types of standardized schemes for this kind of companies which are giving sustainable agricultural alternatives in India.
We thank Professor Mukherjee for the valuable insights that he shared with us in this episode.